Hi, it's April, and I just wanted to record a quick note here before you listen to this episode. Because what you're about to hear is a real-time journal entry I recorded about a week ago, um, about a week into quitting social media. I wasn't sure if I was going to release it right away or save it for later, but I'm sharing it now because I think that the uncertainty is part of the story. So take it for what it is, a snapshot, not a conclusion. So here we go. Hi, and welcome back to the Heretical Heart podcast. I'm your host, April Porter, and I don't know what this is going to become. This may become an episode I release right away, or I may just compile this as kind of a video journal to share later after my experiment has kind of, I don't want to say completed, but gained some more data. So a little over a week ago, I quit social media. I closed my Instagram and Facebook accounts. I closed TikTok a while ago. I shut down LinkedIn like probably 4 or 5 different times and restarted it. And I don't know why I keep going back to it, but something sparks an idea of like, oh, maybe I should, and that's in quotes, be on LinkedIn or TikTok or Instagram or whatever it is. And I have been led to believe, I've bought the lie that I have to be on social media if I have a business today. And I want to challenge that thought because I think that while, yes, there is a lot of potential reach, I don't know that there's a lot of actual reach, because when I look at the data and I look at the numbers in my website and my metrics for my email and subscribers and where they're coming from, what I find is that a very, very, very small, like 0.5% maybe to maybe 3% of people come through social media. Most people for me come through Google, word of mouth, or sign up for my email list. So I've bought into this idea that I have to be on social media if I have a business. I've tried to close down my personal accounts, but in the past they've said, well, if you have a business, you can't have a business account if you don't have a personal account. So I stuck around. But now you don't have to do that. So I closed them down. And I had this idea that like if I shut down my personal account, then I could still leave my business accounts open. But then it's one more thing to maintain, right? And as a projector, I don't want to spread my energy in 47 different areas all the time. I also have consecutive determination. And so one thing at a time is actually so much better for me. And I say that loosely with determination and digestion because I don't find that it's always true for all people. However, as a child, this was very true for me. Looking back, I can see how I definitely ate all of one thing before I'd eat the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing, and I did not like my food to touch. Basically, Thanksgiving was a nightmare for me. So, back to my today story. I shut these down, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so free, right? That was my first initial response. I'm like, I have so much more time. I can do these creative projects. I can lay on my yoga mat in my office and decompress. And still, I would pick up my phone, even though I deleted those apps for days. I'd pick up my phone and swipe to look for the apps, and then catch myself and go, I don't even know that I was coming here for anything. I did not have an intention when I came here. It was just something to do, something to look at, something to check. And I don't need to do that. So that piece has mostly resolved itself. I don't pick up my phone looking for those things anymore. But then I started to realize I was having a bit of fear show up. And the fear was, if I'm not on social media, where is my business going to come from? Not connecting fully, consciously, that is not where my business comes from. And I think it comes from the illusion of that should be where my business comes from. Because when we're making reels, when we're making posts, when we're sharing our thoughts, when we're going live, when we are posting stories, we feel like we're doing something. We feel like we're taking an action that is going to pay us back in some way. But all it really does is rob us of our time. And I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm speaking for myself and most of the people that I work with. We all feel very similarly. So I've challenged myself to find different ways to go about marketing myself. Word of mouth is one thing. My email list is another. Growing that email list organically rather than paying to play. I have paid for ads on Meta before, and I brought in a lot of leads, but they were not qualified leads. They were not good. They were people who wanted free human design information, but they didn't want to buy. And there's nothing wrong with that. As I've said before, there's nothing wrong with that, but they weren't the right quality of leads for me. So a lot of people unsubscribed or just ghosted. So I just cleaned another 500, I think, people out of my email list who have not been engaging because they're just dragging down the metrics, and I don't need people who don't want to be here on the list, right? Like every one of those people who's there on that list that is not engaging is somehow taking a subtle amount of my energy. So I decided to clean that list up. And that may sound scary for some people, right? If you don't have a big list, taking several hundred people off of it can feel really scary. I have cut probably, over the last year, I've probably cut a good 2/3 of my list down by getting rid of people who signed up with crappy email addresses that aren't real, or people who don't engage, they just wanted the free thing, who aren't opening anything. So my list is much smaller than it was. It's not tiny, but it's not as big as it was. And it doesn't really matter, right? Because it's not the size of the list, it's the quality of the list and how engaged people are. And so I've decided to put my focus in email, referrals, and then I started to go into Substack. And I was like, maybe Substack will be a great place for me to put my energy because I can write more long-form content. And it's where people are going because they want to read and they want more, I guess thought leadership is a way of looking at it. Different ways of viewing things. But as I see Substack evolve, as all of this popularity is coming into it, they're putting more social aspects to it. And that doesn't appeal to me. And not only that, it's not a platform that I own, right? So it's not quote unquote social media, but it's not something that's mine either. So if I invest all my time and energy and my intellectual property into a system that's not mine, and they decide, well, now you need to, we're going to charge for it, so now you need to pay, or it just disappears, or there's a error and everything is deleted, I have no control over that. So I put up a couple posts and then I decided it wasn't for me. Because if I'm going to put that energy into something, I might as well put it on my own blog. Like, why am I not driving traffic back to my website where I want people to land anyway? Yes, I get that Substack has a mail email feature and that's appealing to some people, but I already have a list, so I don't need that. So I decided email, word of mouth, no Substack, and then to bring back Pinterest, which I've used in the past, and I still have pins from years ago that are recirculating now. And I know that Pinterest is a funny thing for me because sometimes I get irritated. I go on it because I'm looking for something, which is rare. I actually don't go on it very much. But I look for something and I find a pin that I like and I click the link and it doesn't take me to where I think I'm going. So I get frustrated by that. But my pins keep recirculating and that tells me something. There is a huge amount of longevity and it's not an instant payoff, but the longer you play the game, the more you're going to get out of it. So this is where I've decided to invest my time and energy right now. Blog, Pinterest, email, and connecting with humans. So we'll see how this unfolds, right? It's all a big experiment. I don't know how it's going to play out, but I will keep coming back, recording and sharing as I go through this process, and I hope to share metrics with you of percentages of things that are changing and what is happening as I go through this process, because I have stopped doing the things that I think I quote unquote should, and I am doing the things that feel right and aligned for me. without knowing or having proof or having somebody say, this is what you should do because X, Y, and Z. I'm going based on that internal compass of this is what feels right for me. This is how much energy I have. This is what I want to put it into, and this is what I hope to gain from it. And I can tell you, as a projector, clearing out all the different streams of things that I need to maintain and update and change my bio on and all the links and things feels amazing. So I hope you'll stay on this journey with me, and I would love to hear if you are on this journey too, how things are going for you. All right, that's all I have for now. I will check back in with you as soon as I have more information. Take care.